Hey, what's up? Welcome to another episode of the Connor Pena Sports Show. Just got done from fishing, that's right. Not just football, basketball fan, I also fish. I'm really great at it too. Not really. But no, I'm actually sitting here with my dad over there. He's driving, so we'll make sure he focuses on the road a little bit. But we're actually here to talk about Tom Brady and his legacy. It's really just a discussion here. So I guess my first question for you, Dad, and you're a guy, obviously, so you've been a fan of the NFL probably for how long, do you think?
35 years.
35 years, right? So, I mean, because I've been a fan ever since I've been alive. Tom Brady's been a Patriot. So, that's kind of just been my life. Tom Brady's a Patriot. So it's cool to see a different perspective there. That's cool. They're driving on both sides of the road. That's fun. So, Dad, I guess real quick, we'll just get this one right out the gate. We're already a minute in. Is Tom Brady, in your opinion, just like the best quarterback of all time, or at least that you've ever seen? You think?
No, I don't think he is. No, he's good, but he's not the best that I've ever seen. No.
Who would you say is the best then?
I hate to say it, but Joe Montana is.
Why do you hate to say it? I mean, that's the one. If everybody picks one, it's either Joe Montana or Tom Brady. If everybody picks one, why would you say it's Joe Montana over Tom Brady?
Joe Montana just had, I don't know, he just had a way of making something out of nothing. And that the reason I say I hate it, because I was a Cowboys fan when he was a quarterback, and there was always a way that he would find a way to beat us. And just watching him play, he really wasn't, he couldn't scramble very good, but he could throw the ball. He could throw the ball and put it where it needs to put. And he could see the field and know who was open and just get it to him, find a way to get it to him. Which is good.
I mean, that makes sense. It was a different time. So it was a time where, we see now, the post-Michael Vick era, basically, post-Cam Newton, where we see quarterbacks like Lamar Jackson, Patrick Mahomes, Russell Wilson. Everybody likes to run around a lot. So back then, that wasn't really a thing. If you look, the quarterback for the Cowboys, Troy Aikman, he wasn't really much of a scrambler either, right?
Right, but Troy Aikman wasn't with Joe Montana. There we're talking about Danny White and Roger Staubach, those guys back then.
Roger Staubach did.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, that created a really good rivalry. So you'd probably say Steve Young and Troy Aikman duked it out a lot, probably.
Yes, they did.
Yeah, and so Tom Brady, he had that as well when he was with the Patriots. And I remember, and this is the main reason why I wanted to bring you on this video, because I remember we would talk about it just all the time, just for no reason at all, just to talk about it. That's how sports is. Peyton Manning. Right? So it felt like these two were always just back and forth at each other. If you had to pick between the two quarterbacks in their prime, because you got Peyton Manning and all the records, all the accolades that he had, and you got Tom Brady, he had the Super Bowls, obviously. Who are you picking between Peyton Manning and Tom Brady?
Like I said, I know Peyton Manning doesn't have very many Super Bowls, and that's kind of like, it makes you lean toward Tom Brady. But, Peyton Manning in his time, man, he was... he could, it's kind of hard, what I'm saying? But if I had to decide, I'm not going to go with Peyton Manning. And it's not because he doesn't have the Super Bowls, but Tom Brady is just, he's better in the pocket. Like I said, he's almost like Joe Montana's son. They're in the pocket and they can see the field and they don't get all jittery and all stupid and hurry. They know where to put the ball and how to put it down in there.
Yeah, and my biggest thing when it came to Tom Brady versus Peyton Manning was the talent around Peyton Manning versus Tom Brady. Okay, so you saw Tom Brady, he had Deion Branch, Troy Brown, yada, 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 right? But what did those guys do when they weren't with Tom Brady? They didn't really do a whole lot of anything, right? And now you look at Marvin Harrison, Reggie Wayne. Obviously they didn't get the chance to either, but I think that those talent, like Anthony Gonzalez, Dallas Clark, Edgerrin James, Joseph Adai, those are really talented players. And Tom Brady, at least on the offensive side, never really had that talent. So maybe that's why he didn't have the accolades. And when he finally did get somebody like Randy Moss, he broke Peyton Manning's record, literally. So when it comes to Tom Brady, obviously he's no longer a Patriot. Obviously he's a Buccaneer. When, let's say, when the grandchildren start coming out and they ask you, what is going to be the number one thing you remember about Tom Brady's time with the Patriots? If you could.
What I'm going to remember is he could shoot it like a bow and arrow. He could, he could put it where it needs to be. To me, that's a good quarterback. A quarterback that can look at the field and go, this is where it needs to go. and move in the pocket, not like a sporadic, but move in the pocket, take a step here, take a step there, bam, and put it there. You know what I'm saying? That's what he was really good at.
Well, Tom Brady did this thing. He did this thing. I don't remember which quarterback it was. Maybe Jimmy Garoppolo, maybe somebody else. Tom Brady does this thing where he touches the football. And so he touches the football to readjust it, and it looks like he's pump faking. So it gets defenders to jump. And so just even that little subtle thing, and then we hear NFL experts talk about it all the time. I talk about it all the time too, like Tom Brady's pocket presence. One of the greatest of all time. He had like a sixth sense about where the defensive line was, which was really crazy to see, right? But as Tom Brady's career progressed onward, we saw like other quarterbacks sort of challenge him. Other than Peyton Manning, who do you think was like the closest to Tom Brady's like existence? Like, because it was Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, but who was like third if you had to pick one?
I would have to pick the guy from the Saints. What's that guy's name?
Drew Brees. You
Drew
talking about?
Brees.
Yeah.
Yes, Drew Brees. That's what I had to pick because he's almost the same way. These guys, when I say they read the defense, these guys know they know when it's man-to-man. They can tell when it's zone. They can tell the zone that it is. You know what I mean? As soon as that ball is given to them, they know. They're like, okay, this is not man-to-man. This is this. And he knows the play that he called, and they can put it where it needs to go. You know what I'm saying? Drew Brees, I would have to put him up there with those guys, yeah.
And like, my thing too, when it comes to like Drew Brees, I would probably have to pick Drew Brees too. I think the only other quarterback that maybe you put in that discussion, I mean, there's two of them. I feel like I knew you weren't going to talk about Aaron Rodgers like that. But then there's also Ben Roethlisberger. That was the only other quarterback that came to mind because he was a guy who was very durable, had a real strong arm as well, like Tom Brady and Peyton Manning. And really, when it comes down to really just those five guys, it's just like this winner. They're just like a winning mentality. Like there's so many quarterbacks in NFL history who have like had the talent, but they don't have the wins to back it up. And it's just like, it's kind of like telling but not showing. A lot of these quarterbacks, they can talk the talk, but they don't walk the walk. They can make the throws, but they can't consistently make the throws, which is the biggest thing there. So Tom Brady, obviously he played 8 Super Bowls. I literally lost track. It's not even a joke. I think it's 8 Super Bowls. He won 5 of them, lost 3 of them. If you can remember, because I've always been big on like going up to the Super Bowl, never watching. What was like your favorite? Sounds weird, but you know when he does 8 Super Bowls and has 5 wins, you have a question like this. It sounds weird to even have a question like this. What was your favorite Super Bowl that you saw Tom Brady play in?
Oh, the one where they came back. You know.
Oh, okay.
You know,
against the Falcons?
Yeah, against the Falcons when it was 28 to 3 or something like that in the third quarter. Oh my God, I couldn't believe that.
I mean, I think there was like 4 minutes left in the game too. Like 4 minutes left in the third quarter. I should say.
Yeah, it was 3-something.
It was almost over, and then he just came all the way back. I think this is the one that really built his legacy. This was the first Super Bowl I ever watched. I was like 6 or 7 at the time, but I still remember it. It was his against the Panthers when they were like, this was like really close, the tail end of the game. The Panthers were, I think the game was tied actually, and then all of a sudden Tom Brady just led his team all the way down, and then Adam Vinatieri had the kick. Now, I think when it comes to Tom Brady's legacy, I think he's the greatest quarterback of all time, obviously, but that's kind of why I wanted to have you, because you saw Joe Montana. I never got to see Joe Montana live, right? But I think the biggest thing actually that hinders his case is actually his talent around him. Guys like Teddy Bruschi, Asante Samuel, Rodney Harrison, Vince Wilforks. That's just the defense. That's just part of the defense. We're not even talking about, I mentioned Troy Brown, Deion Branch, Corey Dillon, Randy Moss, Wes Welker, Aaron Hernandez, Rob Gronkowski. I mean, the list can literally go on and on and on and on and on, even though at the tail end of the career they didn't really have that. Would you say, I mean, because Tom Brady, we talk about the Patriot system a lot. Would you say that Tom Brady maybe benefited from the system, and if there was a different quarterback in that exact same spot, that Tom Brady, or that they would have flourished just as much as Tom Brady, if that makes sense? Like if any quarterback under Bill Belichick would have done what Tom Brady did, do you think that there's like a case to be said for that?
I don't think so. Like I said, and when you look at Joe Montana had Jerry Rice. Mm-hmm. A couple of other guys behind him. I can't remember the names of some of the players that were there, but no, I don't think I think Tom Brady brings that makes that happen. You know what I'm saying? I think you put somebody like Rivers in there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He won't do as good as Tom Brady would. He just wouldn't. I don't think he would. You know what I'm saying? I know those players are good, but they wouldn't have stood out the way, because Tom Brady, just like I said, he can read a defense, and he can see a guy open, and he lets it go. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. He's better at it. He just is.
And there's a narrative too with Tom Brady, because like we look at guys like Tom Brady, Russell Wilson, and we kind of sort of, when we look at him like it's the norm. It's really not the norm. So if you think about everybody that has been mentioned so far, Aaron Rodgers, he was either late first round, early second round. Drew Brees was an early first round by the Chargers. Ben Roethlisberger, early first round. Eli Manning, that's a guy who battled Tom Brady a lot, early first round. Phillip Rivers, who was just mentioned, early first round. I mean, you can keep going on and on and on. Patrick Mahomes was like the number 7 overall pick. Usually quarterbacks that are taken after the first 2 rounds are horrible, right? So if you think, like, do you think that helps Tom Brady in his case for all the time? The fact that he was like, I think there's like a 6, he was in the 6th round, and there was like 6 quarterbacks taken. It's like the Brady 6, like an ESPN thing or something like that. Do you think that helps Tom Brady's case as far as like greatest of all time? The fact that he was drafted so far and nobody thought he was going to be good.
I think it definitely does. I think it helps him because it's like he's like, how dare you put me down? He knew how good he could be. You know what I'm saying? He just needed that opportunity to be able to do it.
So that's the biggest thing too. When it comes to Tom Brady, obviously he's going to be a Buccaneer. How do you think he's going to do as a Buck?
This is where we're really going to find out who Tom Brady really is. You know what I'm saying? When he gets over there, because that's a whole new atmosphere, new organization, new coach. You know, I think he's going to do good. Okay, and if he proves me wrong, then all the hype about him, about how good he was, it all had to do with Belichick. You know what I'm saying? And the quarterbacks and the coaches that he had for him. Okay, then and you know what I mean? It would be the New England Patriots system that made Tom Brady great. Not Tom Brady was great. If Tom Brady goes over to Tampa, and I don't know how, you know, what their scores at or what their record is or anything like that, but if he can bring them and make them formidable, then that's Tom Brady. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like, personally, I think he probably did it for that very reason. I think he did it because he was trying to show people that I don't need this organization to be great. I am great. You know what I'm saying? I think that's why he did it.
Yeah, and I think so too. I think he doesn't have to win a Super Bowl, but I think if he can get to the playoffs, just knowing what I see, you know, you got guys like Chris Godwin, Mike Evans, I think the running game is pretty good. Their defense was really good as well. If that Buccaneers team, especially in that division, can win the division title, even get to the conference championship game or further, I think that's a huge win for Tom Brady. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. All right, make sure you click that like and the subscribe button to show your support for the channel. Let me know if you have any disagreements with either what I was saying or what my father was saying. There he is again one more time. He's a State fan. I know. We try to fix as many people as we can. All right, go blue. All right, that's why we talked about Tom Brady. All right, anyway though, most importantly of all, like I said, subscribe to the channel and have a great day.